Last October, prison realignment went into effect in San Diego County. The law aimed to ease overcrowding in state prisons by sending nonviolent criminals to county jails. It also meant that when offenders were released from custody, county probation officers would take over supervision from the state. Now, 9 months into the program, probation is supervising more people than the state projected, and county jails are at 92% capacity. Here are some of the numbers. As of June 29th, more than 1,700 post-release offenders are now being supervised by the San Diego County Department of Probation. Nearly 800 have been arrested for probation violations for committing a new crime, and almost 1,300 have been sentenced to San Diego County Jail. Joining me now with an update on the realignment are San Diego County District Attorney Bonnie DeManis and Mac Jenkins, Chief of Probation for the county. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, Bonnie, my first question is for you. There were 6 low-level offenders that were recently arrested on murder-related charges. That doesn't sound nonviolent. Does that surprise you?
Well, that is the problem that we've all been worried about. What nonviolent means is by statute. And so you can have people that have violence in their past or gun use or possession, and career criminals that are just in the last thing that they were sentenced on was a nonviolent crime. So no, it doesn't surprise me, but I think that it's too early to make any broad brushed conclusions from that, but it's cause for concern.
It caused from concern, and it was 6. We're talking about 6 out of all.
1 murder, 5 attempted murders. But yes, it is cause for concern.
Mm-hmm. And Chief Jenkins, do you think that these arrests indicate a problem with the supervision that's going on, or do you see it as a bigger problem?
I don't think it reflects necessarily a problem with the supervision that's going on, because as Bonnie said, it doesn't necessarily surprise us. We've worked with offenders coming back into the community for, frankly, both of our careers, and we know that sometimes those people do bad things. In fact, of the individuals that were arrested there, one of them actually was reporting pretty regularly to his probation officer, had engaged in some of the programs, but still made a decision to do a violent crime. So I don't think that that reflects that the supervision was lacking, but it reflects that that individual made a decision not to take advantage of an opportunity to change his life. And that's something that we're always concerned about, because we're trying to focus on holding those individuals accountable and putting them into services so that they can take advantage to do something different.
Some of these prisoners you're talking about to take advantage of what's been out there, some of them are career prisoners. Now, we heard nonviolent, we talked about that. My understanding is some sex offenders, some people dealing with explosives, one person who had a serious injury offense to a police officer. They could go to
involuntary manslaughter, drug sales, car thieves, you know, that do a ring of car thieves,
right,
possession of guns. I mean,
how is this not considered a violent crime in context of this realignment
because
program?
It's not as you and I know it from a lay perspective. It's just by statute, and that's what they've used. And we being the district attorneys, didn't have input into that process. Really, we were sold the concept. And that concept hasn't come to bear. Like 3 years would be the max locally, the maximum. It's not 3 years. We have somebody in there for 10 years and 5 months. And the jails were not meant to be prisons.
Yeah, they were meant to be detention centers for
That's right.
up to a year, right? Typically in the past it had been. Well, Mac, now according to a letter updating the county supervisors, San Diego is monitoring more of these post-prison transfer to jail offenders than before. What kind of impact does that have on your office?
It has a significant impact. One, because the percentage is higher than had been projected at this time, and also because we haven't hired the number of probation officers that we wanted to have at this particular time, so it's been a huge workload on our probation officers. So what we've done in response to that is we've increased our linkages with local law enforcement. Sheriff Gore and I started some time ago, well before realignment, a program we call Tracking Known Offenders, where the probation department shares information with the sheriff to engage street sheriff deputies to assist probation officers in providing supervision on individuals in the community. So we're pushing that program to expand it throughout all of the sheriff's jurisdictions, and also working closely with the police chiefs in the county. And
I was just going to say that it wasn't well thought out, so nobody was really ready for it, which is why Mac is trying to catch up with hiring people. Our office has an overload as well. The sheriff's department, like you mentioned earlier, is almost, full.
Yeah, and I've heard you say before you're making lemonade out of lemon here. Let's out of some lemons here. I had one quick question. We don't have a whole lot of time. Talk a little bit to me about just basic issue of recidivism in prisoners who are released either to probation officers or to supervision.
Well, what we've seen so far in the letter that we gave to the board, we've reported 799 arrests, almost 800, but more than 500 of those are what we call flash incarceration. So we've seen about 216 revocation proceedings. And so when you ask about recidivism rate, what we're looking, as Bonnie says, it's too early to really talk in definitive terms of recidivism rate. But what we do know is that just about 10% of the individuals that have been under supervision have undergone a revocation proceeding. And this is really important because we look to revoke someone because they've either committed a new crime or they've repeatedly failed on their terms of supervision. So when we're trying to revoke them, we're trying to remove them from the community and put them back in incarceration for an extended period of time. It's early, but right now that revocation rate is relatively low.
And the tools they have now, best practices. And we know from our program of reentry that we all participated in what is necessary, because it can work. We want it to work. But we are trying to, paddle upstream right now.
You're paddling upstreams. There's lots of new programs. You were funded with a $10 million project over 5 years. Well, let's talk about money. Let's talk. Yeah, actually, let's talk about.
$10 million.
You saved $10 million over 5 years. That's what I was like, wait a minute, that's not quite right. But what I wanted to ask about that, basically, you saved that money, but there is no funding for any just designated funding for these programs to go on.
Well, they've given us money for it based on a formula, but there's nothing guaranteed. They could tomorrow say, we're not going to give you this money. And county, this is your problem right now. And that's what we're worried about. And we're trying to make sure that we have enough to do what we need to do. The treatment dollars, the probation, the sheriff, the DA, we have extra staff that we're going to have to hire.
So of the dollars that have been made available by the state, we can tell you 44% is going to Sheriff Gore for his needs, 24% has come to the probation department to build what we call a post-release division, and 26% we're putting towards treatment and intervention services to try and reduce the recidivism rate.
So it's been designated already. I'm sure
for this year.
For this year, right?
Yes.
Nothing guaranteed for the future. Well, we're going to have to leave it there because we're out of time. So thank you both so much for talking with me.
It's been a pleasure.
Very much.